Have you ever caught your reflection and felt something was missing? That certain je ne sais quoi that some women seem born with. I remember standing in front of my mirror before an important dinner, feeling exactly that way. Today I'm sharing 12 transformative wardrobe changes that will elevate your style instantly, especially number 8, which I discovered after a chance encounter with a Parisian woman who changed how I dress forever. By the end of our time together, you'll know exactly how to look expensive without the luxury price tag. True elegance, I've learned through years of both mistakes and triumphs, isn't about designer labels or endless shopping. It's about intention, those small, deliberate choices that whisper refinement rather than shout for attention. I'll never forget watching my grandmother dress for evening gatherings. With just a few carefully selected pieces, she would transform from ordinary to extraordinary. People always assumed she spent fortunes on her wardrobe, but her secret was knowing exactly what worked and why. These 12 changes I'm about to share with you are accessible to everyone. The beauty is that you likely already own many of these pieces. You just need to see them through new eyes. Change number 1. Replace busy prints with rich textures. Last autumn, I attended a gallery opening wearing a boldly printed blouse I thought would make me stand out. It did, but not in the way I'd hoped. Standing beside me was a woman in her 60s, wearing a simple cashmere sweater in a deep burgundy. The difference was striking. While my print seemed to overwhelm me, her texture created depth that drew people in. Texture speaks in the language of sophistication. Think of running your fingers across buttery soft leather, the gentle weight of silk against your skin, or the subtle dimension of a fine wool crepe. These materials create visual interest without the busyness that can sometimes age us. When I replaced my floral prints with a monochrome palette of rich textures, a cream silk blouse, a charcoal cashmere cardigan, a camel hair coat with the most beautiful drape, something magical happened. People began asking if I'd changed my hair, lost weight, or was doing something different. The only change was embracing texture over pattern. Change number 2. Invest in well-tailored pants. I have a confession. I held on to my trendy jeans far too long, believing they kept me looking youthful. Then came my wake-up call at a lunch with a former colleague who arrived in perfectly tailored navy pants. She looked so effortlessly elegant that I barely noticed what else she was wearing. Well-cut pants create a foundation for everything else. They elongate your silhouette, smooth your lines, and create a sense of intention that elevates even the simplest top. I remember the first time I invested in proper tailoring for a pair of black wool pants. The tailor took measurements I didn't even know mattered: the exact break at the ankle, the precise curve at the hip. When I wore them, a strange thing happened. People began treating me differently, with a subtle increase in respect and attention. The power of proper fit cannot be overstated. Change number 3. Choose silk scarves over statement necklaces. There's a photograph of my mother from the 1970s that I treasure. She's wearing a simple white shirt with a small silk scarf tied at her neck. 50 years later, she looks as elegant in that photo as any woman today. That's the timeless magic of a silk scarf. It never dates you. I discovered this myself after inheriting a collection of vintage Hermes scarves from my aunt. At first, they sat in my drawer, seeming too precious to use. Then, one morning, running late for a meeting and feeling my outfit lacked something, I quickly knotted one around my neck. The compliments flowed all day. A silk scarf catches the light in a way that illuminates your face. It brings colour near your complexion in the most flattering way. And unlike heavy statement jewellery that can sometimes age us, a scarf has a lightness, a movement that brings vitality to your presence. Try wearing one loosely knotted with a white shirt or tied to the handle of a simple handbag. The effect is subtle but transformative. Change number 4. Embrace monochromatic dressing. I learned this secret from watching a woman at a charity luncheon. She wore varying shades of camel from head to toe, a lighter silk blouse, perfectly tailored trousers in a mid-tone, and a slightly darker cashmere cardigan. The effect was mesmerizing. She appeared taller, more refined, and somehow more intentional than everyone else. Monochromatic dressing creates a visual harmony that's incredibly flattering. It streamlines your silhouette and creates a sense of thoughtfulness that's unmistakable. My own revelation came when I paired a cream silk blouse with ivory trousers and a beige cardigan. A friend asked if I'd lost weight. I hadn't, but the continuous line of colour created that illusion. Now, when I need to feel particularly elegant, I reach for tonal combinations. All navy, varying shades of grey, or winter whites that make me feel instantly pulled together. The secret is to vary the textures within your colour palette. Perhaps a silk blouse with wool trousers and a cashmere sweater, all in complementary shades of the same colour family. Change number 5. Add a thin, elegant belt. Sometimes the smallest details make the most significant difference. I discovered this during a weekend in Paris, watching women of a certain age strolling through the Marais. So many had incorporated one simple element, a thin leather belt that defined their waist and finished their look. This tiny addition signals intention. It tells the world your outfit is complete, considered, deliberate. I remember purchasing my first quality belt, a simple black leather with a discreet gold buckle. It wasn't expensive, but the leather was butter soft and beautifully crafted. That belt has transformed countless outfits from acceptable to exceptional simply by adding that final touch of refinement. The beauty is in the subtlety. Choose a belt that's thin rather than wide, in a colour that complements your outfit rather than contrasts with it. The goal isn't to draw attention to the belt itself, but to the thoughtfulness it represents. Change number 6. Replace graphic tees with elegant plain shirts. There's a photograph I keep as a reminder. Me at my daughter's graduation, wearing a t-shirt with a clever saying that seemed so appropriate at the time. Looking back, I wish I'd worn the simple white shirt hanging unworn in my closet. A plain, well-cut shirt has a presence that no graphic tee can match. It frames your face, creates a clean line, and allows you to be the focus, rather than your clothing. I've since built a collection of these wardrobe workhorses, white, cream, pale blue and black, in various fabrics from crisp cotton to flowing silk. They pair with everything, never date, and always communicate a quiet confidence that speaks volumes. When you wear a beautiful plain shirt, you're making a statement about valuing timelessness over trends, quality over quantity, and elegance over attention-seeking. Change number 7. Opt for structured bags. I once splurged on a designer bag covered in logos and hardware, believing it would elevate my appearance. Instead, it overwhelmed my frame and distracted from my presence. The lesson was clear: sometimes less truly is more. A structured bag with clean lines creates a sense of order and intention. It suggests a woman who values quality over flash, who understands that true luxury often whispers rather than shouts. My most complimented bag is a simple leather tote in a rich cognac colour. Its beauty lies in the quality of the leather, the precision of the stitching, and the perfect proportion to my frame. It elevates everything I wear without competing for attention. When choosing a bag, consider it an extension of your personal architecture. It should complement your proportions and enhance your overall appearance rather than dominate it. Change number 8. Upgrade your footwear. This is the change that transformed my entire wardrobe. I was having tea with a stylish friend who commented on my outfit, simple black pants and a white shirt. "It's lovely," she said, "but imagine it with these instead." She pointed to her own feet, clad in simple leather loafers with the most beautiful patina. The difference quality footwear makes cannot be overstated. Leather and suede have a depth and character that synthetic materials simply cannot replicate. They mold to your feet, develop a beautiful patina with age, and signal quality in the most understated way. I invested in 3 pairs: black leather loafers, camel suede ankle boots, and navy ballet flats. These have elevated every outfit I own, making even my most affordable pieces look intentional and refined. Remember, people notice your shoes more than you realize. They're quite literally the foundation of your appearance. Change number 9. Switch to natural fabrics. There's a sensory pleasure in natural fabrics that synthetic materials simply cannot provide. The cool touch of linen on a summer day, the gentle embrace of cashmere against your skin in winter, the way silk catches the light and moves with your body. Beyond their beauty, natural fabrics have a presence, a weight, a drape that creates elegance without effort. They age with grace, developing character rather than simply wearing out. I remember wearing a simple linen dress to a summer gathering where many women wore synthetic fabrics. As the day warmed, they grew uncomfortable while my linen kept me cool and looked increasingly relaxed and natural. That's the gift of choosing materials that work with your body rather than against it. When you touch a garment and feel drawn to its texture, that's your body recognizing quality. Trust that instinct. Change number 10. Embrace subtle jewelry. My grandmother wore the same pearl earrings nearly every day of her adult life. They became so much a part of her that I can hardly picture her face without them. That consistency created a signature style that was unmistakably hers. I've found that the most elegant women I know have a similar approach. They choose pieces with personal meaning and excellent craftsmanship over trendy costume jewelry that changes with the seasons. My own transformation came when I set aside my collection of statement necklaces and embraced simpler pieces. A gold chain so fine it catches light rather than demands attention. Small pearl studs that frame my face without overwhelming it. A single gold bangle that moves gracefully with my gestures. These pieces enhance rather than distract. They complement rather than compete. And they signal a confidence that doesn't need flash to be noticed. Change number 11. Perfect your fit with quality undergarments. This might be our most intimate topic, but perhaps the most transformative. I resisted proper bra fitting for years, convinced my size hadn't changed. When I finally relented and visited a professional fitter, the difference was astonishing, not just in how my clothes hung, but in my posture, my comfort, and my confidence. Quality undergarments create the canvas upon which everything else rests. They smooth where needed, support where beneficial, and create a foundation that allows your clothing to drape as intended. I'm not suggesting discomfort, quite the opposite. Well-fitted undergarments should feel like a gentle embrace, creating confidence without constraint. The goal is to feel supported, not restricted. This invisible layer of your wardrobe might be the most important investment you make in your appearance. Change number 12. Invest in a perfectly tailored blazer. If I could keep only one item from my entire wardrobe, it would be my navy blazer. Tailored precisely to my proportions, it transforms everything it touches, elevating jeans, adding structure to dresses, creating intention with simple trousers. A well-cut blazer creates architecture for your body. It defines your shoulders, creates a waistline, and establishes a presence that commands respect without demanding it. The secret lies in the fit. Shoulders that align perfectly with your own, sleeves that end at precisely the right point on your wrist, a length that flatters your unique proportions. These details make the difference between a jacket that wears you and one that works for you. I've worn my blazer to business meetings and casual dinners, paired with silk and with cotton, dressed up and down. It never fails to make me feel polished, prepared, and present. As we come to the end of our time together, I hope you've realized what I've learned through years of both mistakes and discoveries. Elegance isn't about expense, it's about intention. Each of these 12 changes speaks to a deeper truth, that how we present ourselves to the world reflects how we value ourselves. When we dress with care and consideration, we honor our presence and our journey. I'd love to know which of these resonated most with you. Which change might you incorporate into your wardrobe this week? Share your thoughts below. I cherish our conversations and learn as much from you as I hope you do from me. Until next time, remember that true style isn't about looking younger. It's about looking exactly who you are. A woman of experience, wisdom, and timeless elegance.